All right, everybody, and we're live with the Red Ribbon Retrospect with less technical errors now. So I'd like to say thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I know we haven't done this in a while. I'm your host, Romanova slash Android 18, and today we are joined by the fantastic mother of two trash children, Yohosie.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Um, it's going pretty well for me. Hopefully, everyone out there is having a good time too. So, one thing to get us started is for those who maybe, I'm sure most people tuning in are here because they know who you are, but for those maybe who don't know, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been competing for, and yeah, we'll start with there.
My name is Don Hosey, aka Yohosie. I don't keep my name a secret because most people can put two and two together and figure out who the hell I am. Everyone in the FGC just calls me Don. Um, but yeah, I've been competing at the level I'm at now for about 9 months, pretty much since Dragon Ball launched. And I've been playing fighting games for about 5 years, starting with Persona 4 Arena. But it wasn't really until Dragon Ball that I became who I am, I guess. So I'm pretty well known for playing Gotenks. I'm pretty well known for being one of the top performing women in the FGC, just for, kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah, and you're no stranger to that. You've definitely been doing work since the beginning of the game's life, and I mean that's how I found out about it. So
Yeah,
it shows.
it's weird. It's been a steady progress upwards, and I attribute a lot of that to not really being competitive before Dragon Ball. A lot of the other top players, actually all the other top players, were really competitive in games before Dragon Ball. I'm kind of like the newest entrance into being good at a game. So there was a little bit of hiccups early on. Still a little bit of hiccups, but we're slowly like rising up and getting to a point where I'm happy with my performance, which is excellent. So
Oh yeah, and you always got to be like, as a in a competitive place where oh no, the echoing's happening.
oh, the echoing's happening.
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now. I don't know why it was
Okay.
happening for a second. But yeah, so I mean, we just saw you get in top 8 and it was a like really clean path to top 8 at CEO Otaku. Like you made it in winners. That was excellent by the way. So congrats on that.
Thank
And
you.
you made it into the Summit of Power. You were a fan
Hmm.
favorite clearly to make it in. Um so, what went into picking Go Tanks? What was an inspiration for why you chose Go Tanks as a character?
So it's interesting. One of my background games is Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I was not particularly good at it. Actually, I was quite bad at it, right? I would be the person that goes 1 and 2 in bracket, rarely go 2 and 2, sometimes go 0 and 2. Um, so what I'm getting at is that I played Modoc and I loved Modoc. And when I saw Gotenks' jump light, it reminded me a lot of Modoc's jump light, the little baby feet. So I looked at him. I looked at this video that I believe Wooly Wools posted. And he posted a video of how you could do beam cancel, which is 236S, and then you hold S. And when you air dash, you can do an action. And when you land, you can do a low. And I saw that and I went, okay, based on my background, one, I don't want to play command grab characters only. That's how I used to play. I always played Tager and Blaze Blue, Kanji and Persona. I was sick of playing low tier grapplers. I
Okay.
looked at that character and I said, this character is probably incredibly cheap. I really should pick him. Um, and then eventually, when you play a character enough, you just begin to like identify with them, right? So here's these two little pieces of shit. They're kind of jerks. It's true, right? They're just
Yeah,
like
no,
assholes.
Gotenks is a little shithead.
Yeah, he is. He's a little shithead. And both the kids are little shitheads. Goten a little bit better. But like you just begin to identify and love these characters and play them. And the more that I played them, the more tech I discovered. And at the beginning, I was really the only Gotenks player. Um, and now he's everywhere, right? And I attribute that a lot of that to the tech that I found and also the tech that other people found after people started to begin to realize that he was a good character. Um, but when you recognize a character is good and underplayed, you play the hell out of them, right? Like that's just the natural thing. Like I'm playing this unknown character that is actually incredibly cheap. That's an amazing place to be.
Yeah. And what was your original team? Didn't you originally also play Goku? Wasn't Goku on your team originally?
So I played a lot of teams. I think my original team was, I know in the beta, right? Because I got into the closed and open beta. My team was Cell, Vegeta, Frieza.
Oh wow.
That was my first team. And when I think Cell wasn't in it on the first one, I played 16. So I think it was 16 point Vegeta, Frieza. That was my team. When the game came out, I played a mix of Cell, Gotenks, A16, Cell, Gotenks, Vegeta, and A16, Gotenks, Vegeta. My first real team that I got somewhat notoriety with was 16 point Gotenks second Vegeta anchor. And then at Summon of Power, I switched to Gotenks Kid Buu Vegeta and Gotenks Kid Buu Goku.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I
yeah,
remember there being a Goku. So
yeah, I did play Goku for about maybe a month.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where it's like changed, but the one thing that still remains constant is obviously the Go tanks. So that's
Right.
always really cool to see. You still are posting like new tech and everything. So if you haven't already, everyone tuning in, make sure that you check out Yohosie's Twitter. It's under her name there. You got to make sure you follow her, see her videos. Um, so we learned a little bit about you here, which
Mm-hmm.
hopefully people learn some new stuff. But let's get into talking about, tournaments and everything. So,
Yeah.
we were talking a little bit about CEO Otaku. What was that like for you? And like, how do you like those tournaments? Me personally, that was my first CEO Otaku.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to go back.
Yes.
It was really great, low key for being an anime fighter event, but the Dragon Ball stuff was there, and it was just a good feeling. But tell me about your experience.
Yeah, so I'm from Orlando. Well, not from, but that was where I got started in fighting games. I went to Florida for college, or to finish up college. And so I've always been connected to the Orlando scene, and Otaku was in Orlando. So I went to the first two Otakus, and they were both incredible experiences. I freaking love that tournament. It's so much fun. It's an enjoyable experience. Jabali puts on great events. And like it just is so amazingly low key. It's very much just anime players, which is really nice. I love that event. In terms of my performance, I've never I kind of hit a new level after SCR. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because I played Sonic Fox in a bunch of sets. I honestly don't think that was it. I think that the new patch told me that I had to change how I played. And
Okay.
so I started playing more high octane, right? So I started playing faster. And that doesn't mean, just going in all the time. That means just having always moving around, always making smart neutral decisions, always pressuring when I need to, always backing up when I need to, and always just being this like, kind of the what Gotenks needs to be and the rest of my team needs to be is in and out, in and out, in and out, right? Like capitalize on good situations, recognize when a situation's not good, and back up. So I came into CO Taka with that mindset in mind. And also it helps that I played for like 8 hours before my top 48 started. And yeah, I kind of just ran through winners, which I've never done before. I beat the two notable players I beat were the Kill Sage and Lord Knight, right?
Yeah, I remember when you beat Kill Sage. That was huge. That was
Yes,
big.
I
Unfortunate. Oh, go ahead.
I almost I almost dropped it too. I almost lost. I got into a lot of situations with Bardock I wasn't aware of, and I didn't know. Like I didn't know how to combo off Vanish properly, so I dropped a Vanish combo, and I was like, oh god. But luckily, auto combo mash got me through it.
Five light light. Light
I
light light
mashed
light light
auto
light light
combo
light.
so hard, and it hit. And I looked at the VODs, and Nakiel is just in the background cracking up.
Oh my
He's just
gosh.
laughing.
You went full Unga.
I went full Unga. You have to. I play Bardock. Bardock goes Unga.
Well, your performance was great. Unfortunately, Sage did get the run back, right? Like
Yeah,
in top 8, he did get the run back, but you still managed to get top 8 and didn't you get a sweet medal too?
I
For it?
did get a sweet
Yeah.
medal. Yeah. Yeah, the top 8 experience was a lot sloppier for me. I just didn't have time to warm up. It was at 10:45.
It
I
was
wasn't
very
feeling it.
early.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it as hard. I rewatched those matches, and I'm relatively proud of how I played. But my nerves against the kill stage kind of got me. Like dropping that 2M combo was disastrous, but ultimately, like I'm happy with how I played. I watched my match against Sonic Fox again, and I was like, yeah, if I played a little bit cleaner, like I would have won, like, or I would have taken at least a round and then gotten around three, which is a lot better than how I was, especially because he was playing his main team there, right? The Zamasu team. So,
And that's like hard to go into also at 10 a.m. like your first match being Sonic Fox.
yep. First
That's
match, winner
that's
side,
rough.
10:30. Hey, here's Sonic Fox. Sit down and play. And I'm like, okay, I'll try. I'll do my best.
Well, it's not every day that somebody gets to take down the fox. So,
No, it's not. It's not just at SEAM, unfortunately.
yeah, yeah. No, he lost to Moke and Sage.
Yep.
Um Now, let's lead into that then. So, we're talking about Southeast Asia majors. If anyone out there hasn't had a chance to check it out yet, rewatch the VODs. There was a lot of great matches. It was crazy. There's one player you actually, when we were talking on Discord the other day, you actually knew about him, the Vegito
Yeah.
player.
Kaimat?
Yeah, Kaimart.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kaimart.
I was kind of like, I was like, man, if Sage doesn't make it, like, I'm kind of rooting for this guy because he's playing, you know, uh, Vegito and, Teen Gohan. S-
Yeah, it the way he plays was it was so wild. It was incredibly wild. I was watching Hook stream who was giving commentary over the matches, and he was just counting the super dashes that Kaimat did. He ended up
yeah,
doing like 20 in a match or something.
he definitely super dashed a lot, where, like,
Yes.
it hurt him a lot, I think, in the first match against Moke. Was it Moke?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it was Moke. Yep.
Yeah, it hurt him a lot. He was getting
Oh wait, was it?
punished a
Was it?
lot.
Hold on. I think it was.
Or was it
It
Kazunoko?
might have been Kazunoko.
No,
I
it
don't.
was Moke,
It was
because
Moke.
Kazunoko
Okay.
had to play Fenrich first
Okay.
in
Yes, I think you're
winners.
right. Yeah, that sounds right.
But, Kaimart took out Leffen too, and that was like a
Yeah.
big thing people were like freaking out about too, was because I think that it was before that Leffen had said that like those kind of characters like Teen Gohan and Vegito, that they necessarily aren't going to get you like a top 8 and stuff, but like that's the
Right.
cool thing right now I think about the balance of the game is like if you're a
Mhm.
good player like Kaimart clearly is, you can rock your team that you want and still, make it far.
Yeah, it's funny. I think that there's like with three exceptions, one of which will lead off into a topic of discussion. I think that the tier of characters is pretty close, right? So it ranges from like S plus to like A minus, right? And you can make top 8 with an A minus character. The three characters that I think aren't top 8 material, just to list them off. Actually, I'll list off the two that I know and the one that I think. I think one is Goku Blue. I think Goku Blue is bad. Um, I think Krillin is awful, and I think Beerus is awful. Those are the three characters that I just don't see excelling in this game. Teen Gohan is not great, but you can still do work with him. He's still Teen
Yeah.
Gohan,
Well,
you
he has
know?
a lot of damage. That's like a
Yes, he
big
has a lot
thing.
of damage. And he has the dumb Super Dash bug, which Leffen complained about and I complain about, and every Gotenks player hates Teen Gohan because of that reason.
He's banned. He's
He's
illegal.
banned. He's banned
Yeah,
from the
he's
game.
banned.
Banned.
That leads me to another point is with Beerus, like you mentioned Beerus. Now a lot of people saw Sonic Fox obviously make it to top 8 with Beerus. Now do we
Right.
think that's solely because it's Sonic Fox playing Beerus, or do you think it's also his team composition?
I think it's both. Um, his team composition is that Beerus is the point character and he can die, and it's not a huge deal. I think that, you know, watching Sonic Fox play, he got mashed out of a lot of situations that other characters wouldn't, right? Beerus is just not equipped for Oki in the way that other characters are in this game, which is really unfortunate, and it's because orbs suck. Super Dash and Raw Tag are the strongest options in the game, and orbs lose to them
Yeah.
really hard. Because if you block the Super Dash like a normal person, all your orbs go away. Um, Sonic Fox is an incredible player. Moke has been getting a lot better, like a lot better. I'm actually shocked and impressed. I think that if if we were talking Evo when he was playing to win and he was playing Bardock, Zamasu 16, there's no way Sonic Fox would have lost to Moke. I think that would not have happened. I think that, he has a Dragon Ball, right? He is playing Beerus. I don't see Beerus working. I just don't see Beerus working.
Yeah.
And I blame a lot of it is that, this game is so snowbally sometimes where if you get a lead, it immediately becomes twice as hard to come back, right? It's like that with any team game.
Yeah.
And I just don't, Beerus just doesn't have what it takes to be an S tier character. He really doesn't. He's B tier. That's just the way he is. He's not that great. Um, that said, Sonic Fox is an incredible fucking player. He has the ability to pick up a character and drop him like Nappa, right? I'm interested to see if he'll do the same for Beerus. I know he loves Beerus a lot more than Nappa, so we'll see. But my expectation is that when things get serious, he's going to switch back to Zamasu because Zamasu is a very good character.
Yeah, I think it works for him as a player too from seeing him play it, but also I did see on his Twitter already thoughts of dropping Beers for Kid Buu now for his team.
Yeah, that would be a
So,
fine choice too.
yeah, he's saying he would get like a true 50-50 mid-screen, I want to say he said, if without like re-looking at the tweet, like with having it with Bardock or something. So,
I believe
um
that. I don't believe that entirely, but I believe it kind of. The
yeah.
reason why I don't believe it entirely is the Kibu 50-50 relies on you not getting hit. If you get hit, the 50-50 dies usually.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that Kid Buu caught nerfs, but you see, like, especially with that tournament, that, like, so many people are still using Kid Buu, so he's still
Yeah,
clearly a great character to be
yeah, he's
utilized.
still a very good character. I thought the character died, but his mix-up changed and it became a lot less cheap. His mix-up is now 1M ball, and if you just get hit by 1M, then the ball whiffs and you're out of the pressure. But then if they do 1M 5H, you die. So it's still a risk, but it's a risk that you can take in addition to guessing rate on the 50-50. It's just not quite as cheap.
Oh, yeah. It He still looks kind of cheap in, like, certain
Yeah.
setups and stuff. Like, you're
Oh
like,
yeah, it looks
oh,
cheap.
like, this foot hit me from across the screen. All right, all right. Um, so, yeah, overall, since we were talking about Southeast Asia majors, um, it was crazy. Like I was almost at the very end of it, I was actually kind of rooting for Moke just because he doesn't have a Dragon Ball yet and because he
Right.
plays Trunks. But in the end, Kazunoko was a god, you know, took a second Dragon Ball. And you were saying that that opens up a spot for two spots for the last chance qualifier.
Yep,
Tell
that's
everyone a
that's my
little bit about
understanding.
that.
Sorry, what?
If you can, like, tell everyone a little bit about that, because I'm sure, like, you know a little bit more than I do about the tour and everything that's going on.
So I'm not keeping up with the tour as much as I should, mostly because I'm currently unsponsored, so I have a hard time going overseas to compete. I actually haven't entered a Dragon Ball Tour event yet, which is shocking. But my understanding is that when a player wins more than one Dragon Ball, it opens up another spot at the LCS qualifier. Now, I saw a rule about travel for the person that got second. I don't know if that means that they are also qualified. I don't believe so. That would be silly. My understanding is now there are 2 slots for the last chance qualifier, which is good for me. There's also a rule that if someone collects all 7 Dragon Balls, they're just automatically qualified in the grand finals. That would be insanely dumb. I am glad that is not happening. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. So thank God
Uh,
that's not happening because that would be absolutely terrible.
yeah, that's a little crazy. Do you happen to know, where the last chance qualifier is for the tour?
I don't believe that it is announced yet.
Okay. I didn't know yet either. They still have like another stop or so, right? Like there's only
Yeah,
that was only the fifth Dragon Ball, so there's still two more, right?
I think one is Japan, and I don't know where the other is.
Yeah, so we need to get you sponsored so that you can, go to these other tournaments and get a Dragon Ball. We need
I
that.
agree. I
So,
agree.
people out there, sponsor Yohosie. She's esports. Um, so let's go into East Coast Throwdown. You will be attending this event,
Yes,
correct?
I will.
Is this your first East Coast event
It is
or
the first time I've been to the Northeast for a tournament. Not
okay.
even just ECT. I've never been to the Northeast for a tournament.
Okay. Have you ever visited out there, like Northeast? Ever?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I used to live in Buffalo, New York.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
I grew up there.
Okay. So there you go. That
Yeah.
so you're not familiar or you're not unfamiliar to the cold that can happen there. Um, what do you think are potential outcomes there? Because obviously, I don't know if any of the Japanese players are coming at all. I think I
I
heard
don't
a
believe so.
yeah, I think I heard a rumor that maybe Cousin would be there. I don't know if they would actually come out for East Coast Throwdown or not. It would be cool if they did. But
They'd have to last minute reg if so, because they're not on the list right now.
yeah, I didn't see anyone on there, but I obviously you got killers there though. You got Sonic, Sage, Nakiel. You're gonna be there. What do you think, you know, early thoughts on it, top 8 and seeing it will be?
So the game has been getting more and more cursed. I find that the expected top 8 is slowly deteriorating and becoming more and more up in the air, which is a testament to everyone's adaptation post patch, right? Um, who do I expect to win it? I will say Sonic Fox. I think that it is silly to not think that Sonic Fox will win. Him switching to Kid Buu is maybe a little suspect. That only gives him a week to practice, but he is Sonic Fox. Um, Players that I'm excited to see. I really want to see Nakiel do well. I really want to see Nakiel do well. Um, I just love that guy, and he needs to find success. I know SEAM was a little rough for him, so NC Otaku. So I'm hoping that he'll pull through and really kick some ass. I'm excited to see Nokami. This is really the first tournament since Nokami made top 8 at Evo. I think that is going to be one of the big stories, right? Can he make top 8 again? Was Evo a fluke? I don't think so. I know that he practices all the time with Lord Knight. He's a very good player. We just haven't seen anything of him since Evo. And before Evo, this is like his second showing, right?
Oh yeah. Still a
So
fresh
he's another
face.
player. Sorry?
He's still like a fresh face, but not actually, because he's been around for a while. Like,
Right.
just not, until Evo, the shining light on him.
Exactly. Yeah, that was his first real breakout performance. Um, Other than that, I always root for to kill Sage. We're really good friends. I think to me, like an ideal top 8 would be like Sonic Fox, me, obviously, Derek. I mean, I gotta say me, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
that's
you have
yeah,
to. You have to. There needs to be the true Gotenks player.
right. The OG Gotenks.
OG.
I think Super Noon's going. Is Super Noon going? I'm not sure. If Super Noon's going, I hope he makes top 8. I think and hope Hook, like based on the player tiers right now, right? It would be like top 4 winners is Sage, Sonic Fox, Super Noon, and Hook. And losers, like I'm thinking me, Derek, Nokami, um, and I feel like I'm missing a really big player. I know Lord Knight's going to be there. Lord Knight is the other one, and I feel like I'm missing someone. Like
I
that's
feel
like the
like that
expected
too.
outcome. I'm sorry.
I feel the same way too. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who we're potentially missing here and shouldn't be. But
Right. I know Apology Man isn't going. That's like one of the big ones. Reynolds not going. That's another one of the big ones. But those I think are the main 2 U.S. players that aren't going to this event. Other than that, it should be the main U.S. squad. Um, I'm looking forward to see how many expectations are broken.
I would like to see upsets are sad, but they're fun, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it all depends too on seeding and seeing if, two people end up in the same pool as well. So
Yeah. Seeding's been weird since the PGRZ came out.
yeah, the seating at SEAM was like really
Oh, the
off.
seating was trash at SEAM.
Yeah,
The
people were
seating was
not
trash. The
happy.
bracket running was trash. I heard horrible things. I know people that had to play 3 games in one bracket, like at one time. Like that was a bad, bad, bad tournament for seating.
Yeah, very, very, very yikes. But I think we'll see good things, and I think we'll see a great performance from you, especially because you're traveling a little bit, so there'll be a little bit of jet lag, but you'll have like that, like you're not going too far where like you'll have, a fresh mind and, you know, a good, you know, a good
Maybe
go.
it depends on if pools are on Friday. And the reason why
No,
I
no,
say
no, it's
that,
Saturday, Sunday.
oh, it's Saturday, Sunday. Okay, then I'm good because I get there Friday at 6 a.m. because unlike a lot of Dragon Ball players, I'm a working girl, so I work a 9 to 5. So I took Friday off, and then I'm flying in overnight. So arrive there at Friday, won't get my hotel room until like 3, and then you're gonna see another photo of me passed out in the lobby of the freaking venue again. So enjoy that on Twitter, I'm sure.
Look on FGC bodied.
FGC bodied once again, just like Otaku.
Oh my
People think
god.
I'm just drunk and passed out. Nope, I just work.
You just a tired girl.
I'm just tired. I just work and travel a lot.
Okay, so let's go into some of the fun of the show. Other than us talking, because we could talk forever.
Yeah.
Um, it will be the Shenron's Wish, which, for whatever reason, this one has your video device all messed up again. I love Skype. Gotta love
Oh,
it. We're
I'm
going
broken.
we're going into it. You're broken, but I'm fixing you.
Thank you for fixing me.
Yeah, I'm fixing you. It'll just be a second. Guys, bear with me while I fix Yohosie. There we go. So now you're at this little side window and you're with Dende. So this is where we do a quiz where it's like you're earning a Dragon Ball for each one that you get right. I don't have
Okay.
any special sound effects yet. That's something I want to add in. But we'll see how good you do. I themed it kind of around like your team, mainly Gotenks and 16. So let's see
Okay.
how good you do. All right. And people in the audience on Twitch, feel free to, type in Twitch what you believe the answer is, but give it a little bit of a delay. It probably is already delayed a little bit, but don't give Don the answer. No cheating.
Okay. I'm very scared of this because my anime knowledge is not very high. For
We're
those
testing
watching,
your
I do
weeb.
not watch anime. I have watched Dragon Ball, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. All right.
Yep.
Question number 1.
Hit me.
Who had to take Goku's place in making sure that Trunks and Goten fuse properly?
That was Vegeta, right? No, shit. No, it was Piccolo.
Okay, you got it right. All right.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking of the scene where Trunks goes SSJ for the first time. No, it was Piccolo. Yeah.
It was Lord Piccolo, the real dad. The real dad
Right.
here. Um, so who is it that absorbs Gotenks?
Super Boo.
Correct. And good stuff on getting that it was Super Boo. I wonder if she's just gonna say Boo or she's gonna
No,
say
I know
Super
it was
Boo.
Super Boo.
All
I
right.
know.
And how long, for question number 3, how long does Gotenks fusion last for?
Oh God, I have no idea. Are we talking like Dragon Ball anime seconds? Or I'm sure they mention it in the show. I'll say an hour.
Close.
Okay.
30 minutes.
Okay.
It was 30 minutes, all
It's an
right?
hour in anime time. It's 30 minutes in
Well,
real time.
to be fair, they have an hour before they can fuse again.
Okay.
So
We'll
that
pretend
is
that I knew
we'll
that and I just
pretend
got it
that you knew
wrong.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my Dragon Ball knowledge it runs very deep. I know a lot about anime and anime like properties.
It's okay. That's only one. You still got 2.
Okay.
So that's 2 out of 3.
We're still positive.
Okay. Exactly. You're still like scoring high on this quiz. So, who is Android 16's appearance based on?
Who is it based on? Like a real life appearance? Because I know who he is.
It's probably who he is.
Okay, it's Dr. Jiro's son, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
His dead son.
Right.
Okay. So that one's correct. So 3 out of 4. Woo.
Okay.
All right. So, who is Android 16's mother?
Android 21.
Correct. That's one that you only know from obviously playing the game, right?
Right. I played story mode. Yeah.
Who, for question number 6, who is 16 designed to kill?
It's Goku. Come on, girl. That one's easy.
I know.
Who is he designed to kill? It's
I
fucking
know.
Everyone's designed to kill Goku.
That one's easy,
Everyone
right?
designed to kill Goku. That's like the show.
The show's just kill Goku, not Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's just kill Goku. Who's not trying to kill Goku in the show? Everyone is.
Everyone. They want him dead.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi wants him dead too.
Chi-Chi wants to kill Goku.
So
a marriage based on hate and abuse.
it's really bad if you think about it. Chi-Chi
Yeah,
just
it
like
really
wants
is.
the best for her kids, and Goku's just like a bumbling idiot. um. So the last and final question.
Okay.
When second form Cell badly hurts Android 16, Who is it that repairs him?
Chi-Chi. Oh no, Bulma. Sorry, Bulma.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Bulma. God damn, if Chi-Chi could use tech though,
Yeah.
imagine.
So the
Whew.
only reason I knew the answer to that question is I'm listening to a podcast on Dragon Ball Z. So thankfully, I know a little bit about the Android Saga because that's where they're at. Yeah.
Somebody in the audience was like, next question, what's the name of the anime?
What's the name of the anime? Yeah. What's up with all these low ball questions? Give me some hard stuff. Do you got anything
Well, that's
any
that's the end of
lore?
it. You got 6 out of 7 Dragon Balls. So
Yeah,
you didn't get
I
to
did
some.
good.
Yeah, you did good. That's like a
Yeah.
90 something percent. That's a
That's
A.
yeah.
You got an A. An
Sweet.
A for awesome.
A for Android 16.
A for Android 16.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next section that we're gonna go to, normally it's a section where it's like tweets. But for now, I just have our webcams and us talking. We're gonna talk about a certain subject because I didn't have time this week to put together different tweets. But
Okay.
most of them would probably be about this subject anyways, so I figure we'll just go with it. So this is the Bulma Brief, where we talk about news in the FGC related to Dragon Ball. So there's a big thing this last week. The Echo Fox layoffs.
Yep.
Big yikes.
Big yikes.
So I figured we could just take some time to just kind of like talk about that, seeing what we saw. It's unfortunate. Like you never want to see people lose their sponsors, but it seemed like at first it seemed like it was game specific, but then like there's also like there's still players that play Street Fighter and they dropped like, Punk, for instance.
Right.
Um, you know, there's some humor in that cuz Punk keeps like tweeting out that he's like homeless and like starving now. Which is definitely not true, but it's like damn,
No,
dude.
it's definitely not true.
um,
If it is, he did a very poor job managing his money.
yeah, definitely. Um, but let's just talk about it. So what are your general like what was your reaction when like you saw these layoffs? Like, well, I keep calling them layoffs, but like, people getting let go, right?
You know,
Essentially the same.
like a lot of people on the FGC, they don't run a business. They don't work like a high paying job. I've done both. That's not like a brag thing, but I've done both. And I know that there are reasons outside of the player's performance to drop players. Punk obviously, did very well at Evo last year, right? So I'm sure he got an excellent 1 year contract with the expectation that he'll keep on doing well and promote what Echo Fox does and what they support. I'm sure other players like Theo, like Scar, all these players who are well known and excellent at their games. It ultimately is a return on investment thing. Like the kill stage is doing well. Sonic Fox is obviously Sonic Fox. Justin Wong is obviously Justin Wong. The idea that it's how do I put this? If you're not making money back for the company, there's no reason for them to keep you, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons why you're dropped outside of your performance. Maybe you don't sell products. Maybe your persona just is not one that relates much to the community, and so the community doesn't invest in you, right? They don't invest in what you buy. The other reasons is maybe you're just kind of shit at traveling and communicating. Like maybe you miss flights all the time. Maybe you don't tell people about tournaments until like the day before, and then they got to buy $1,000 flight to go from East Coast to West Coast or West Coast to East Coast. There's a lot of external reasons that people don't see that I know happen, and I'm not saying about specific players, but I know that there are people in the FGC who are sponsored that are irresponsible with their sponsors' money. Last minute decisions, oversleeping flights.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, I decided I want to stay in Las Vegas for 5 more days. Like, can we rebook my flight and cost you $600? These issues happen, and they happen a lot, and we often don't see it. Now, why these players in specific were dropped, I think it's just a revenue thing. I don't think any of them would really do that. I think it's more just, hey, we're paying you a lot because we're Echo Fox and we have the money to pay you, but we're not seeing that money back. We're losing money. So I'm sure they looked at their roster and said, who has the advertising chops to survive? I think
Yeah.
that's really all it is who makes us money back through player recognition.
Yeah, and I think I've seen like too like Injustice 2 it's still like obviously in its life, but it's
Right.
not getting the views it once was where I think that they cut anyone that's like more specifically Injustice, which was unfortunate for Theo since Theo is a Dragon Ball player also and he
Hmm.
he really is pretty good at that game too. Like I
Yeah, he
think
is.
he's great. We seen like early work from him at like Big E stuff. Like I think it was like Winter Brawl or something maybe. One of the Big E tournaments he like made top 8 in like when the game first came out. But
Right.
I think it's just more labbing and he'll get there like cuz he just I forget what it was, but he just got ninth place at something. It might maybe SER. Um something.
I
He
think
was
it was SCR. Yeah.
okay, yeah. And so he's like there, it's like it's just I think that they wanted to maybe just keep people like that are specifically top performing in Dragon Ball or Street Fighter right now
Yeah.
instead of like what they, might be in the future or before cuz like you said it's a return on investment and I think that they're potentially losing money by paying cuz they pay salaries. Echo
Yeah, they
Fox,
do.
they pay full
Yeah.
salaries to these players.
A lot of top sponsors do.
Yeah.
From my understanding, every top sponsor does. That isn't Smash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody in the chat actually, well, we can talk about this a little bit. I don't know as much about the Tekken scene. I know a little bit
Hmm.
about it, but they were talking about how they dropped JDCR and Saint, who are some of the best Tekken players. Now,
Right.
I just wonder if that's maybe like maybe the pot bonuses and stuff too. Like even if they are top performing in Tekken, maybe it's just the money's not there in that community for like that to be an investment, or maybe they had to keep only two fighting games or something essentially, and maybe they
Right.
decided to only support Street Fighter and Dragon Ball since that's the Dragon Ball's the hype and Street Fighter's just always there.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, weirdly, the pop bonuses for Tekken are higher than most fighting games. Namco supports Bandai Namco supports Tekken really well. I think that the amount that players make based on winning tournaments, excuse me, is almost non-existent. If your top player wins the Dragon Ball World Tour, you make probably like 10 grand. That's probably what they pay Sonic Fox in like 2 months. Like that doesn't make any logistical sense. It's all advertising. So they probably just looked and see if they had to make hard cuts. They're losing money. How do they get back to profitable? And they probably just ran the numbers and said Tekken is the one that we support Tekken, we support these players, but we can't support them financially anymore. It doesn't make business sense. We have to drop them. I'm sure it was very much like a, a business decision, which is unfortunate. It sucks.
Yeah, and they I feel like a lot of these players too with having been on Echo Fox, they'll bounce back. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
they have the name for themselves. They were on a notable team, so it's no their next sponsor may not pay a salary, so they may have to like work a, job like outside of just that. But if they've also like there's some people that full-time stream, you know what I mean? Like they have potential based on who they are to go somewhere I think for themselves and do what they want to do. So,
yeah. I agree, and I think that they're good enough to get salary. I just think sponsorships are in a weird place right now until next year. I know nothing about Evil Geniuses. I know that um, what was I gonna say? What team was it? Panda's probably not recruiting anyone right now. Uyu's probably not recruiting anyone right now. Like those are like the other two major teams that I think of. There's Justin Wong's new endeavor, which I forget what it's called. That has been
ESE.
ESE, which has been recruiting people, which I believe are salary. Um, I think right now the place that the FGC is in, those players deserve salary and they should hold out until they get it. I think non-salary positions are slowly becoming like obsolete for top players. Do I think that the salary needs to be as high as it used to be, right? Because Echo Fox was playing top dollar. No, I think that's insane. A player should not get 5K a month to play video games, like unless you're Sonic Fox or someone or Justin Wong, right? Like that's
Yeah.
fine, sure. But should you get like $1,000 a month? Like, yeah, they're paying for your advertising space, right? If there's no tournaments that month, they're essentially paying you nothing for you to advertise to them. So from a business perspective, it makes sense to get paid, even if it's just a little bit, right? Because you are giving them advertising space on a big platform with an audience that trusts you. So, those players deserve it. They'll find it and they'll get it, and I think that they'll be okay. It's just going to be rough for a few months, which is unfortunate.
Definitely. And they also like should take this time also I think to focus on marketability. Like
Yeah.
a big thing is are you marketable like can you advertise for these people? Do, are you somebody that can be like a personality, a face, like even if you are a player? Like if you can do both of
Yeah.
those, be a top player and be a personality, you're double winning for these
Right.
and for these people like that are sponsoring you. So hopefully, in the future they work on this. The one I think I was actually most heartbroken about, besides like the injustice stuff since that hits a little hard, to home with being
Right.
from the NR scene, is I just saw today that Boken, who is the translator for Echo Fox, was let go. And I
Oh,
feel really
really?
bad, but if you guys need a translator that speaks amazing Japanese, make sure you hit up Boken. Guy is insanely nice. I met him at the E-League for Street Fighter. He was down here, probably with Momochi, to translate, I assume, because Echo Fox. But he also was nice enough to be a translator for people interviewing Japanese players that were there,
Yeah.
and there was even an interview where he was translating for Fudo for people that were interviewing him. So he
Nice.
is essentially a very nice guy. So hopefully he finds more work soon in that aspect. So yeah,
Yeah, I hope so too. I just read the news. I didn't know that. That only happened a few hours ago. So that's really unfortunate. If anyone needs a translator, please hit up Boken. He's godlike.
yeah.
He's absolutely godlike.
So just to let everyone know, as we're like going to the next part of this, is this was the Bulma Brief. Normally it is a segment where we show like different tweets and stuff, but today we kept it where it's me and her talking about the Echo Fox layoffs, just because there are probably so many tweets about that. There's probably a lot of meme tweets because like literally Twitch chat last night was literally like Rick Fox has his finger on the send button, like when Sonic and Sage were playing.
Sonic
Like
Fox, you're now no longer sponsored.
they're like Rick Fox intensifies finger on send button.
That's actually kind of hilarious. I kind of love that.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, oh, somebody in chat real quick before I guess, well, we can go back to the main podcast screen for this. Um, somebody in chat goes, "What about Yohosie? Is she starting her YouTube channel because she's not sponsored, or is it for fun?" That's maybe something that we can tie in here before we go to the next part, which is just where you have 2 minutes in the hyperbolic time chamber to tell everyone some advice that you would like to give them. But before we do that,
Oh,
go ahead and let them know what you're up to with YouTube and what it's for.
yeah. So I started streaming and YouTubing again. It's partially related to being unsponsored. I'm not gonna lie. I just need an additional way to kind of get my voice out there. Um, but really, I think I have the ability to build a brand that is not related to my sponsorship. So that's why I'm taking advantage of it. And YouTube I've always been more suspect on than Twitch, just because the effort to hit play on a Twitch thing and then talk to people is a lot easier than the effort to edit a video. But I decided, screw it. I just made a new brand, like I designed it. I'm like, well, I might as well take this brand all the way I can and make a YouTube. If it ends up being successful, I'll probably pay a video editor to do some stuff because I don't have time to do it really. I'm kind of eating into my personal time by doing it. If it ends up not being successful, I'll just let the channel die. It's one of those things. So I'm giving it a shot for a couple months, see how it goes, and then I'll go from there.
Awesome.
But it's going to be mostly tutorials and sometimes stream highlights. That's pretty much it. Just how to play Dragon Ball, and also here's me doing some dumb shit. Here's how you don't play Dragon Ball, basically.
So I'm setting you up right now in the hyperbolic time chamber. I got your Super Saiyan hair on your head right now.
Okay, sweet.
So you have Super Saiyan Goku hair on your head. I'm sorry I couldn't get Gotank's Super
That's
Saiyan 3
fine. That's what
hair.
it is. That's Gotenks. You got to crop weird. Goku makes sense.
Yeah, Goku's works, right? So this is just little segment, like give you like 1 to 2 minutes just to maybe focus on one thing since you're a pro player, maybe, giving a little bit of advice here on to people aspiring to be pro or just be good, what you would tell them is maybe some of the main points that they should focus on.
Okay, you said I have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like two ways I can go about this. Way number one is like how to balance fighting games with life. I think I'm gonna go the more specific route. And the best advice I can give to anyone who's trying to get good at fighting games is stop. Stop doing what you're doing. Because if you're not winning a tournament, it's not working, right? Stop mashing. number 1, stop super dashing in bad situations. Number 2, stop playing a bad neutral game. Number 3, right? Like, that sounds ridiculous and simple, but so many players are content with playing suboptimally because it's what they're used to, and they're not willing to go and learn. You know, a lot of what getting better at fighting games is recognizing that what you're doing is not working, recognizing that your play style is a detriment to your success. You know, very few players, even Sonic Fox, needs to say, well, what am I doing? Just stop. That's why he's dropping Beerus, because he didn't carry him through SEAM, right? He recognized that, and now he's planning to switch. Super smart. If you just keep on doing the same thing, other players are going to evolve past you. If you're not at a point where evolution matters at all, and you're at low rank online, you're going 1 and 2, 0 and 2 in tournaments, the biggest thing I can recommend is to watch your own matches, and you'll see points where you say that was stupid or that wasn't good enough. You know, like, oh, I'm doing a block string into 6M and they blocked it, and then they pressed 5L because my character has a 7-frame jab and I died. Well, that's a problem. You know, like that you didn't capitalize on the blocking situation well enough. Stop autopiloting your mix-up. Stop playing a bad neutral game where you get hit with Lariat 9,000 times and die from Bardock because you're not spacing yourself correctly. Stop just getting in there and mashing buttons and pressing them as fast as possible if you're at a really low level and doing auto combo. Stop not hit confirming, right? That's like the number 1 advice I can give, is to think always with intention about everything that you're doing. And if you aren't at the level where you can do that mid-match, you have to watch your matches and then take that data, say, what could I have done? How can I stop being bad? And that's how you grow, right? You just filter out all the crap, and then eventually you're left with, really clean, crisp play. That's it.
Amazing advice from Sensei Yohosie. Now,
Sensei Yohosie, just stop. Hashtag just stop.
just stop. Now, I myself have been like learning a little bit from you, and like just in like a week's time, just like focusing on little things has actually helped a lot. And haven't even started the next chapter of what we talked about, but it's
Right.
definitely good advice, and it little by little, anyone is capable.
Great fighting game players are not made in a day. You know, if you filter out one bad habit every few days, you would be shocked at how many bad habits you have. You know, like, I'm shocked at how many bad habits I have. There was a period of time where I would press up on defense out of, trigger figuring up, and I would die on defense all the time. My defense got a lot better because I removed that habit and now replaced it with a more selective 5L mash, right? So you just gotta just filter it out little by little every day. Like, you can get a little bit better. You just have to be mindful with what you're doing. That's it. If you're not thinking about what you're doing, then you're not playing fighting games.
So, beautiful advice. People in the audience were saying that was great advice, and then a lot of hashtag just stop.
Hashtag just stop. It's true.
So before we get out of here, there's a little bit that I just like to always have people do, where they impersonate, like a voice impersonation of a character.
Oh God, I'm terrible at impersonations.
I picked for you to do the fusion ha. Like, is there, like, when they're fusing, they're like,
yeah. Do I have to do the dance too?
No.
I know the dance. It goes like they do this, but then like they do this and then that, right?
Something, yeah. It's
something like that.
Like,
hold on. Let me. Can I play a clip? Can I get like a voice?
I'll let you do a reference real quick.
Okay. It's been a long time since I watched Dragon Ball. I just typed fusion ha into YouTube.
I am scared for what you may have found.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing weird. All right, I'm gonna mute myself for 1 second so I can play this loud and nail this. Okay.
She's practicing.
Okay. This will be impossible for me, but I will try.
Yeah, you don't have to do the hand movements. It's just like a voice impersonation. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I get embarrassed easily, so be kind. Be gentle.
Yeah, be gentle, everyone.
Be gentle. Hashtag be gentle. Hashtag just stop. Okay. I don't want to do this.
Oh.
I hate doing impersonations. It's not, I don't like
Oh.
doing them. I'm sorry.
If you really don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like doing impersonations. It's like some weird little hang up with me. I get embarrassed easily.
It's
I'm
okay.
a gentle soul. I'm sorry.
It's okay. If it will make you feel better after this, and I'll send you clips of other people doing them for this.
Okay, okay. So
But
sorry.
sorry, everybody.
Chat. I just don't have it in me.
Doesn't have the John. Ha! All right. It's okay. But
Okay.
I would
Sorry,
like to
chat.
say
Sorry, chat.
we have like a minute left to take questions. So if anyone has a question they would like to ask, I will pick one from Twitch and we will answer it before we sign off here. What if I do it with you? Since
No,
we're both
I
no,
still
okay,
don't like
okay,
doing
okay,
impersonations. Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
Somebody said you're still the queen, so it's
Thank
okay.
you. As long as I'm the queen.
Somebody says, what do you think about the answer that Dogura was using to counter Ghost Oki?
I'd have to rewatch.
Okay, so that
I
probably
think I
is.
missed that match versus Kazunoko. I know me and Kazunoko do Ghostoki differently, so I'd have to watch the answer to know what it is.
The next question was, do you feel like you represent the female community in the FGC?
Kind of. I mean, it's weird to say that, but kind of, yeah. It's cool being a role model, I guess, but ultimately I'm just someone trying to play video games. So it's a weird mix of like it's awesome and it's also kind of terrifying.
Yeah,
Do I think I'm like the role model? Like, no, there's plenty.
but you are somebody like I will say before we became friends, like I mean I still look up to you, but I looked up to you. Like you're definitely I think a role model for a lot of women in the FGC, and I think you should own that.
Yeah, I probably should. I probably should. It's just a terrifying thought to have, I guess.
Somebody just said spooky okie. And then let's see. we'll use this one just as a joke, and then we'll finish this.
Okay.
Uh, why does Bardock drag me down like my depression? I'm sorry.
Listen, never let Bardock get you down because that dude is dead. He's actually canonically dead. You don't have to worry about him.
There we go.
Yeah, he's
So
dead. What is he gonna do? He can't make you feel bad. Frieza killed him
yeah,
like
he's out of
twice.
here. Out of here.
Get out of here, Bardock.
Out of here. All right.
Bardock.
So, thank you so much for joining me today and taking time out of your day to do this. I
Yeah, of
definitely
course.
wanted to do this again, and it's great. And it's great to have like another woman on here because like I try and like diversify it up too. I don't want it to just be a whole slew of dudes on my
Yeah.
podcast. Like,
I mean, that's the FGC, right? A whole slew of dudes.
yeah, it's like the memes where it's like a bunch like somebody just throwing a bunch of hot dogs or something like that.
Yeah,
Like no, we need some women in here. We need
that is
yeah.
that is definitely me when I make top eight. Just nothing but a sea of men and hot dogs, and I'm up there like, oh god.
um yes, so thank you so much for joining. It was a fun time. Thank you for playing along with all the silly stuff that we do here. And everyone tuning in, if you know haven't already, make sure you follow Yohosie at Yohosie FGC until she unlocks at Yohosie, which is
Yes,
possible soon. She's working
I'm
on it.
working on unlocking at Yohosie. I'm just waiting for the right moment to strike.
So Yohosie FGC, you can follow me, Romanova NRS, and you can follow the podcast, Red Ribbon Tweets. I'll be posting the full rewatch of this on YouTube eventually once I get time because I'll have to like edit it a little bit. But other than that, thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully we'll do another one of these soon. I have some ideas. Probably just won't be every week like it used to be just because of time's sake. So see you guys at ECT.
Later, guys.